on to number 14. In line 152, the author of passage 2 refers to the higher and more completely human traits. What is the difference between the way he and author of passage 1 perceive these traits? So, looking back at that line, we want to see what these traits actually are. So it says, adolescence is a new birth, for the higher and more completely human traits are now born. So he's saying that once you become an adolescent, that's when you really become an adult and gain the traits that bring you into adulthood. So A says, the author of passage 1 thinks that these traits vary from person to person, while the author of passage 2 thinks that all people are the same. Once again, we see the word all. Definitely isn't saying that everyone is the same, so A is out. B says, the author of passage 1 thinks that these traits are the marks of mindless automatons, while the author of passage 2 thinks that they're a sign of good breeding. Both of those sentiments are pretty random. It's not about breeding. He's talking about what you learn in school, so B is out. C then says, the author of passage 1 thinks that there are no higher traits, while the author of passage 2 thinks that without schooling, men would all live like savages. So he's saying that there's benefits in savagery, and that they wouldn't always live like savages, but that savagery is a positive thing. So that's definitely not true. And also, passage 1 does think that there are higher traits. He's just saying that modern schooling isn't teaching us them. So C is not our answer. D then says, the author of passage 1 thinks that these traits involve reflection and self-knowledge. Very true. While the author of passage 2 thinks they involve the ability to function in modern society. Also true. He's saying that once you're an adult, you need certain basic traits to function amongst others in society. So we like D. And then E says, both authors agree on their definition of these traits. So they do have nuanced differences. So the answer here is D.